Chapter 52, A Pain in the Bum. Ping! The lift doors opened to the 44th floor. Just along the corridor were the huge swing doors to the children's ward. "How are we going to stick this into Matron's bum?" asked the boy. He was holding the syringe full of sleeping serum as he wheeled the trolley along as quietly as possible. "She's going to be watching everything like a hawk." "We must use surprise, young Master Thomas, sir," replied the porter. The man poked his head out from under the dirty sheets on the trolley. "Matron cannot see us coming, or we are busted." "We have the trolley. That could give us some speed," said Tom, thinking aloud. "Yes, of course. In an ideal world, we need Matron facing away from us, bending over." Tom brought the trolley to a stop. They were now just a few paces away from the doors. "I've got an idea," said the boy excitedly. "Have you still got Professor Pigeon in your pocket?" "Yes, of course," replied the porter. "She's coming on the adventure with me." "Good. Then we can let her loose in the children's ward. The bird is bound to scuttle all around, and Matron is sure to be distracted. You heard her say how she hates pigeons." "It's brilliant, sir, quite brilliant." The pair went down onto their hands and knees and crawled across the corridor that led onto the children's ward. Tom pushed open one of the tall swing doors a little and held it ajar. Looking out of the window to the glow of Big Ben's clock face, he saw it was now just minutes to midnight. The boy peeped through the gap between the doors. All the children in the wards were off. All the lights in the wards were off, and the children were sleeping in their beds. Tom could see the silhouettes of George, Amber, and Robin. However, he couldn't make out Sally's bed, and it was in the far corner of the ward. Some light spilled from Matron's office, where she sat, bolt upright, her eyes scanning the ward for any signs of movement. The porter reached into his pocket and brought out his uni-winged pet. Tom then pushed the door slightly more ajar so the bird could scuttle through. However, Professor Pigeon did not want to move. Perhaps the bird did not want to be separated from her master. Whatever the reason, the creature was determined to stay put. So the porter picked up his pet and set her down just inside the ward. But instead of scuttling off, the faithful bird just lingered by the doors, pecking at the floor. "Go, Professor Pigeon, go, fly like the wind," urged the man. Again, the bird did nothing. This was clearly not an animal that was going to win a TV talent competition anytime soon. That was a shame, as it had a great backstory. "Shoo, shoo," encouraged the porter, but still the bird did absolutely nothing. So the porter had no choice but to squeeze through the gap in the doors on his hands and knees. From there he ushered his bird further into the room towards Matron's office at the end. Out of the silence came a booming voice. "Who goes there?" It was Matron. She had seen the porter. The plan was unravelling faster than a falling ball of string. Tom had to think fast. Through the gap in the doors, he could see the lady rushing out of her office, so he pushed the trolley back down the corridor. Then he ran alongside it and jumped on, syringe in hand. Bang! The trolley smashed through the swing doors. Ahead, Tom could see the perfectly round bottom of Matron. She was bent over, trying to pull the porter up from the floor. "It's you, porter, now. Get up, you revolting man. I want you out of my ward this instant. Do you hear me? This instant." From behind her, her head appeared. She must have heard the whir of the wheels on the trolley. "Rrr. Thomas!" she cried, but it was too late. The needle of the syringe stabbed into her bottom. "Ouch!" she cried in pain. As Tom pushed the top of the syringe, the sleep serum surged in. Matron's body arced up, and then thud. The lady was immediately fast asleep on the floor, snoring loudly.